this is the biggest disappointment since my sister drank my Diet Coke the other day. Okay, here's the thing. I really enjoyed the first half of the season. Excellent. Exactly what I expected and what I wanted from the show. Last week's episode, as in the penultimate, was so complicated and, in my opinion, bad that I literally wanted to give up.
Yeah.
Almost about halfway through the episode, and I just mentally switched off, and I was looking at the screen, but I wasn't watching it anymore because there was so much going on. Every 5 seconds, a new thing, a new power, a new element. I was so lost that I was not enjoying it, and I could feel. I said to Cribs last week when you were off camera, I could feel myself getting angry and really not enjoying it at all, like at all. And then this week's episode, because last week was so extravagant, I feel like this week was easier to follow because nothing could be as complicated as last week's episode.
Still was for like the first 15 minutes. It
was still complicated, but I'd also readjusted my sort of outlook on what this anime is about, and I think that's the problem I've had with it the whole way through. I knew what I was about to see. I knew it was going to be just ridiculous and stupid, and then it was, and I was like, okay, I expected that, and then I enjoyed it more. Overall, it was fine as a series, but I was disappointed with the last sort of 4 episodes. It was very complicated, and I think if you go into the anime knowing it's going to be way more power-driven, fantasy power, God on Earth, all of that. If you go into it knowing there's a bit more of that, or you just maybe no, it would make more sense, and you would kind of be ready to see it perhaps. But even when you're watching it and you know it's going to happen, maybe it's just a God of High School tournament, and then suddenly the power level goes from here with high school kids being strong, then the stronger kids, and then suddenly now we've got this whole other league. It goes out of my screen. Where's that come from? And like you said last time, there's not enough exposition to explain it. And I didn't understand what went on until I read maybe a little bit on Anime Freak's Facebook post that kind of explained Teek's power a little bit more. But yeah, I was so lost. I was so
thing is, you shouldn't need that. That's the annoying part.
Yeah, no, and it should, and that's what I said. Like, if you're anime only, you should be able to understand the anime, and I didn't. So either I'm dumb, or I didn't pay attention, or it was just too much. I think this would have been a really, really, really good anime
to talk.
If it was 20, if it was like 24, 25 episodes, I would have understood it and enjoyed it way more.
Yeah, cool. Question for you. So you're saying that you didn't know it was going to be like this kind of God power things, etc., but the anime's called, the whole thing's called God of High School. What were you expecting then?
Yeah, but you think like a god among men in terms of, you know, this kid is elite. Like he's so far above and beyond the level of everyone else that he is a god, because a human can't be a god per se. But it was literally, he became a god in the flesh in the end. It was him. And I didn't even mind that. I like the whole concept of,
they explained it. They said it. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else's power is borrowed. Like he's borrowed too. That's why he's got shark and eyes. But that is him right now. He has become God in the flesh. And I really like that because it explained the difference of what was going on. And then you kind of started to put other things together, like, oh, they can now bring the gods out of the sky. They explain what was going on. Like gods, humans can't kill gods unless you know you've got the key. And I was like, oh, it makes so much sense.
You get so much out of the beginning of most shows. Like, here's the exposition. You understand what's going to be coming at you, so we can give you action at a fast pace, and you can enjoy it because you don't have questions at the same time. But I was watching it with someone on Discord who's a webtoon reader. He reads the webtoon, and like he tried to like half tell me stuff halfway through, and I was like, bro, tell me after, man.
Yeah,
I have more questions than I said to him. I said I would be getting hyped about this, but I can't even get hyped because I have more questions than anything else. I'm just like, what am I watching? And you know what? You're gonna hate me for calling this. For me, God of High School is like diet shonen. Basically, it's just like it's like I appreciate Demon Slayer and Fire Force a lot more now after watching God of High School. Like I like Demon Slayer is pretty good. God of High School is not God of High School. Demon Slayer and Fire Force is pretty good in comparison to God of High School. I felt like, and I feel sorry for webtoon readers because I know it is much better in webtoon. Like, I speak to them all the time in Discord. They're like, no, this is explained before. You didn't get this build up. You didn't get this. And I'm like, oh, it's a shame. Pity. I'm not going to read it though because I'm totally put off regardless if you tell me it's better. Like, I feel sorry for them because I know the actual story is bad, but the anime adaptation is like, it's literally like Crunchyroll. Forget like having a studio. It's literally like Crunchyroll. People who just like, what is it, network anime were like, give us it, and we're just gonna jam pack it in 13 episodes. Like, just people who just watch. It's basically people who watch anime made an anime, like, and you miss so much of the core. I was just like, this is like diet shonen, man.
I'll be honest with you. There's certain things that happen in the webtoon that don't really happen in the anime, unless I'm remembering things wrongly. So, for example, you know the whole fight between Jin Mori and is it Ilipo, the one with the man's
Ippo,
yeah, but say Ippo. Okay, you see, within that fight in the anime, it's Jin Mori that wins it, isn't it?
Because Ippo goes 9 tails, and then Jin Mori goes a level above, and then he beats him.
Yeah. So Jin Mori starts to bring out some of his god powers in it.
Yeah.
In the webtoon, Ilipo beats Jin Mori. It's Mira who comes to now beat him.
Right.
And like, he has very little HP left, but it's like Mira who, she's always been dubbed as the weakest member of the team. So this is kind of like her showing that she can actually prove her, she can you could say do something when it comes to it. So I got to that point in the webtoon, I'm thinking, hold up, what's going on then? As in, is the anime an accurate portrayal of what's actually happening in the webtoon,
or is it just an adaptation?
I heard they skipped bare chapters, like loads.
As in, what, that was chapter 80 something. You see, that was chapter 80 something. I'm like 89 probably now. That's where I'm up to. Whereas the anime is 13 episodes. I think I
told you 26 episodes would have been way more justified.
It would have made more sense. I feel like they tried to do too much. Did I enjoy the episode? I think I did. I was able to follow it. Maybe that's why. But I was able to follow it without really much context from the webtoon. I was reading the webtoon because I thought, okay, cool. Let me actually see what's going on here in more depth. I haven't reached where we are now, but I feel like the webtoon will flesh things out a lot more. But I do understand your frustrations, but I still enjoyed it personally.
I still enjoyed the last episode, but only because I stopped trying to follow it.
Yeah,
I was just enjoying it purely for what it was.
Exactly, but it's just like, you just what are you watching then at that point? It's just like, I'll even argue the fighting was like so messy, man. Like the cameras and that, like whoever used for camera angles, shit. I'm watching. I'm just like, what is this, man? Like, everything's just going 100 miles an hour. I don't know where I'm looking. Why are we looking at this?
Did you get any Dragon Ball Z vibes?
Oh yeah, that too.
You know what's funny?
But not in a bad way.
Right?
Not in a bad way.
No. Again, not in, I also agree, not in a bad way. But I did get.
There was one moment where he went.
Yeah. I was like, I'm literally watching Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Do you know what though? A bit of the story is Dragon Ball S though.
Also, they keep calling him a monkey, like Ape, and he's got
Monkey King.
He's just got this staff. There's a staff. Also, the key gets shattered into a million pieces.
But that's why I said
collect the pieces, which is like collecting the Dragon Balls. The main thing is a dragon, which is kind of like Shinron.
That's why I said it's like diet shonen. It's like someone's gone.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like an anime fan's made anime and it's just taken like loads of themes from other stuff and okay, it's going to be really good, but it's not because you've got no core there. You've just got like loads of good elements and nothing to follow.
Yes, but you guys don't know about the legend of Monkey King, do you?
No. But should I at this point?
Was that involved?
No, yes or no, because it's part of, you could say, the whole you could say Asian mythology. So you got the Nine Tails. The Monkey King's also another part of that.
Oh, you mean generally?
Oh yeah,
generally.
For that website. Oh right, okay, no.
Because even like, for example, there's a few other anime. No, not even anime. There's one novel I'm reading now, and they cover the Monkey King, but like the Monkey King was this legendary being, a legendary god, you could say. So then now this pretty much what they're saying is that Jim Mori is the Monkey King.
Right. Okay.
So then when you see that, that's where a whole load of things make sense. And then looking at how Jim Mori's eyes are different from the other characters, etc., etc.
I did mention that really early as well. I was like, he's got the same eyes as the Chariot, like the first Chariot we saw. I was like, I did it.